Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing very well. So today I'm here to do a full face of makeup using products that don't break the bank. So I have obviously a full face, but then I also have a couple of selections of products I just want to show you guys by different brands that I feel like are just great products and are part of great brands as well. So a lot of these, actually everything is going to be like high street type of makeup, but as I go along I'll show you. I've got one or two products that I'm going to be using for the first time, but they still fall within, you know, they're really cheap and hopefully they're really good. So I'm going to start off with primer, and the first one I'm going to go in with is the MUA Pro Base. So I have tried this one and I've tried the blue one as well. So this one is a Banana Blur primer, and these ones are only like £3-4. I think it might even be just like under £5. For this video it's difficult to not like to just constantly use the same brands again and again. So obviously you're going to see Elf and Revolution, and obviously like I said they're all going to be high street products. I want to mix it up a bit, and I thought, you know what, I could have used the Elf Putty Primer, I could have, you know, used a product from Revolution, but I always feel like MUA kind of gets left behind just a tad bit because it is so cheap. And I feel like this banana primer is really nice. It smells of bananas as well, so if you kind of don't mind scented products, this one is definitely up there for you. It's extremely moisturizing. The blue one is a tea tree one, so it is going to give you some hydration as well, but it's all going to be like a little bit cooling too. As much as I love that one, I thought this one I haven't tried in a hot minute, so I thought let's just give this a go. Beforehand I did put on my my Face Milk by Colourpop. I didn't feature it in this video just because, I mean, for a full size ones they're about $14-15, and they're just a little tad bit more expensive than what we're kind of going for. So let's go on to foundation. I've got two different choices. I have Revolution Conceal and Define, which I believe is £10, and then also the L'Oreal Infallible 24 Hours, which is also £10 as well. And when you think about, I'm going to use the L'Oreal today just because I've used the Revolution one so many times, but I thought and I've used this so many times, but I feel like this one is definitely much more beneficial for me. So yeah, this is in the shade, I never remember what the shades are because I can't remember. Oh, Shave 20 Ivory. So yeah, when it comes to foundations, obviously there are so many foundations out there, and obviously every day there's brand new foundations that come out, but when it comes to kind of, it's not too expensive, it's worth the money, it's worth the coverage, this is definitely one of them. Like I've only dipped in a slight bit, and you can see how much coverage that has already provided me. I personally love full coverage foundations. I like to add a concealer as well, but sometimes I don't go too heavy on my concealers. So when I have a foundation, I want that to do the majority of the job. You can hear the alarms going off. If you're regular on my channel, you will know that the area that I live in is extremely loud and is extremely, I don't know, there's just a lot of alarms going on constantly. Wow, just like that one. So I'm sorry if I hurt your ears at all. But yeah, when it comes to these foundations, I adore full face ones, and obviously ones that are going to give me the coverage and won't break my bank. So this one I've dipped in a few, like I've done quite a few pumps because I'm just kind of adding a bit more. So I'm just going to add a bit more to my chin and then just kind of tap around to settle it in a bit, because I'm going to try a new concealer. So I'm going to see if this will work together, but this brush is amazing. So this is the Spectrum brushes. I got this part of a mystery box a while ago. I think to buy a brush like this separately is probably maybe £13-14, which, to be honest, as much as like how soft it is, I do really like it. And again, with certain, even with like the tools that you use, you know, sometimes a lot of people prefer to have a bit more expensive brushes because they'll do a better job. Sometimes that's just not the case. Like a lot of Revolution brushes are nice. The Spectrum brush is a little bit on the higher end, but it's still quite nice. So let's go on to concealer, and this is a new product. Well, it's been out for a while, but it's new for me, and it's the MUA Pro Base Full Coverage Concealer. So I'm going to put this on the usual places, and this is in the shade 104. I believe this was £3, so it's not like it's, again, breaking the bank or, you know, just, yeah, it's gonna be, I've heard good things, so I'm excited to try it. It's a first impression, but because it's £3 and it's new for me, I was like, let's give it a go, let's see what will happen. So I've got lots and lots of spots, but I've got a bit of dark under eyes that I want to cover up as well, which the foundation has kind of done most of anyway. I don't think I've ever used the MUA foundation, so I'm not sure how that works, but so far, like this is not too bad for £3, and I couldn't even match myself because obviously there's no testers out anywhere at the moment. So this is looking all right. I mean, I don't seem to have any problems at all, and like I said, it's £3. The foundation is £10, and that's going to last you. This is going to last me a while. Like, I've used this quite a bit, and I don't know if it's because they've coloured the inside of the bottle like that. I don't think they have, but there's a lot of products in here. So there is 30 mils, and the bottle itself, and you don't need that many pumps. So this is one that I will recommend for such a long time, and it is a 24-hour wear foundation as well. Again, I don't test things for 24 hours because I'm not insane. So maybe one day that probably won't happen. But let's go on to powder next. I've got two different powders. I've got one from Essence, which is the Wannabe My Honey, and then I've got one from MUA as well, which I recently purchased. So this is actually £2. And I think this was about £3-4. I don't think you can get this anymore. Because I got it on, I think it was Look Fantastic or Feel Unique, one of those that sell Essence. I picked this up there. It's so nice. It's like a translucent, basically a translucent powder. I've used it so many times on my channel, and this one I actually used in one of my previous videos, but I think I might use this one today just because it's new. It's not really a first impression because I know what it feels like, and it does feel pretty good. So I mean, a lot of this video is going to have some MUA products, but again, that's the whole point of the video, is to show you cheap and cheerful products. So let's just use another one of my Spectrum brushes. It's a Kabuki brush, which is the kind of Cruella de Vil one. Again, I got part of a mystery box, and yeah, pretty good. So yeah, like I said, this is £2. I got it from Beauty Bay actually. So when I did an order for the Melt Cosmetics cream blush, I picked this up as well because I was just like, you know what, I need to try some new like setting powders, because I like a mattifying powder because my skin gets quite oily. I've got very combination skin, and I feel like if I could try it for £2, £2 is it's a good price. Obviously you could be a bit skeptical because £2 is extremely cheap when you think of makeup, but I've said it so many times, like so many brands out there, like the underrated brands are always the cheaper ones. So where's the lid gone? There we go. So I'm just actually gonna use a spray quickly. This is something that I rarely do, but I think I might start doing it to see if it does any work. But this is the Essence Hello Good Stuff 3-in-1 face mist, and this is their watermelon one that I think I've used it a couple of times on here, but this is kind of like a setting spray, but also just like a spray to settle everything in. So let's give it a spritz, and it smells really nice. It smells of watermelon. Steph Thomas has like spoken about it so much on her channel, and she actually tries some, like she drinks it, and I'm just like, that's not for me. I wouldn't recommend doing that at all. So let's go on to more of the base, and I'm actually gonna use a bit of a bronzer. So I'm using another MUA product, but I've had this for freaking ages and I never use it. and I forgot my my brush. So let's actually just go in with one of my no, actually no, I'm gonna get a brush because I'm not gonna ruin it. I'll be right back. Okay, so I just got my brush that I like to bronze with. I mean, I'm not much of a bronze person or a contour person, but I feel like I need to start learning a bit of skill. So yeah, this is MUA, and this is from Superdrug. I mean, I believe one of the only places like stores wise is Superdrug that sells MUA. So this one, like I said, I've had for so long. I've always wanted to try the concept of bronzing because I'm extremely pale, and you know, there's nothing wrong with that. I used to kind of like to look like ill. Is that the saying? That's probably not the right way to kind of go about it, but the whole kind of like goth scene, and like not emo scene, but like kind of goth kind of look is to be a bit pale. So I always kind of didn't mind doing that, but I feel like, you know, spring is coming up and summer's coming up, and not going on holiday, I don't tan because I can't go in the sun because my skin is very sensitive, so I can't look like I need a tan, and I'm just gonna bronze a little bit, just kind of add a bit of shadow to my double chin. If that's made any difference, I don't know. It makes a slight difference. This is in the shade Solar, so I've had this for a while, but I'm pretty sure you still can purchase it. So let's go on to blush. I have two different blushes to try because they're two blushes that I absolutely adore. So actually no, I've got three. So I have one from Wet n Wild that I recently purchased. I've got one from Beauty Bay, and then I also have one from Elf, and this one is like a mini duo. So this set is actually £3. You get a highlighter. This is, I believe, about £4, and this one is like £6. So this one I've mentioned so many times. I love it, even though there's bits of like glitter inside, like speckles or shimmer. It doesn't bother me as much. This is just like really nice and pigmented. This is in the shade Pearlescent Pink, and then we have the lychee one, and again this is £3. I've used it to death, so I don't really know which one I want to try today. I'll try the Wet n Wild one because it was part of their kind of Valentine's Day kind of set. I think it might be like an older shade, but they just put it in new packaging, like little pink packaging, which is cool. Yeah, I got this on Beauty Bay as well. This has actually got some shimmer inside, but I am going to be adding a highlighter because I like to glow. I like to glow. So this one is just nice, and just it's got a lot of pigmentation in it, but it is still quite subtle, so it's giving me like a nice pink glow, which I really like. And then let's go on to highlighter. So I actually have just two different highlighters that I want to try that I feel that are worth it. So again, I did mention the lychee one from Elf, and then I do have my Beauty Bay one. This one I believe is £6 as well, and this is freaking amazing. This is in the shade Beam, and I'm going to use this one today because it's one of my favorites. And we are going to just like, I know I rave about the new Steph Tom's Ofra one. That's £27. If you don't have £27 but you want something that is freaking great, I really recommend these highlighters. Honestly, they're so great. They have a big selection of shades. Like, you honestly, if you like highlighter, you want to get a highlighter that's not gonna cost you an arm and a leg. I know that £27 isn't the most expensive, but when you think about it's a highlighter, if you have a palette that's £27, okay, you can do so many things with that. And this is not me bashing like Ofra. I love Ofra products. I think they're a really great brand. But when you're looking at price points, so that's the whole point of my video, is to kind of just go realistically. You know, if you have the money, amazing, but if you don't, you want to spend £6, it's amazing. Like, you can't get it in stores, but you can only get it on Beauty Bay, but it's worth it. Beauty Bay always have a sale on as well. I think at the moment they've got up to like 60% off on a lot of their own stuff as well. So yeah, let's go on to eyes now. One of my favorite things. I'm going to go in with an eye primer. So this is a new product that I'm testing, even though it's a bit old. This is by Revolution Pro, and this is one of their eye primers, and I've never tried it before, but it was £2 in Superdrug, and I was like, you know what, let's give it a go. Where could it go wrong? I say that and it could go completely wrong. It's really dry. This reminds me of the Elf one, which I can only imagine is much better, but this one was on sale and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna give it a go because I don't mind these kind of eye primers because they don't need to settle because they're quite dry. So these are very dry. I mean, I don't know how long. I know they've been out for a while. So yeah, even with other eye primers, like you've got the Prime and Conceal, which is by Revolution. That one's in the bottle. That one is maybe £5. The Elf one, that one is £5. Which other ones are there? Yeah, you've got the P. Louise bases, which are £10, which essentially work out as kind of like makeup as eyeshadow as well, because they're so creamy. You can just do so much with them, and £10 is quite decent for the amount that you get, because when you use those products you only need a little bit at the most. Okay, now this is going to be a big task for me to talk about. So these are eyeshadow palettes, and I've got about 4 or 5 different palettes that I want to show you guys. So the first one is by Collection. This one I used last week because it's a brand new product. This is only £5. It's amazing. It's so damn good. I always thought Collection would always be a bit here and there with eyeshadows, but this is freaking awesome. Then we've got Revolution, one of my favorites, the Heartbreakers palette, which I believe is £5 or $5.99. I've had it for like a year, but it's so good. Then we've got something a bit different. We've got Colourpop, which is $6 really. Again, all their eyeshadows I've never had any issues with. I think they're a lot of fun. MUA Academy, I've had these for yonkers and I haven't used them in a long time. I probably won't use them today because I've used so many MUA Academy products, but they're pretty good. I think they might be around £12 or £13, but they're still pretty good. Like, you get a lot in there. And then the last thing I want to talk about is Beauty Bay. So I feel like this one might be the one today because this is their Brights palette, and I think this one is around maybe £7 or £8, because the one below this is actually, because I said they're on sale, they're still quite really cheap. So I think that the 9 pan is about £4 at the moment, and the one after that is about £7. So I think normally this might be around £12-13, and I think I might just use this palette today because it's been a while since I've used it. I am gonna put these to the side because they're just gonna be in my way. So yeah, this is essentially like their rainbow palette. Like, you get your reds, your greens, your blues and your nudes, and you can get them in 42 pans as well, which again, they're like maybe £20 at the most. They're amazing. I'm gonna, I need to stop raving about them, but I really love their products. Honestly, I'm not just saying that because I shop from them all the time, but they are just a great brand, especially their own stuff as well. So let's go in. Are we doing a purple look today? Yeah, we are. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with Drama Queen just here, and I'm taking one of my fluffy brushes and we're just gonna tap off the excess because again, these are so pigmented, and I'm just gonna tap and bring it out. I think I used this off camera quite recently, so I don't know if I've mentioned it, but as we're all still in lockdown and working from home, what I want to do, like most mornings, is put on some eyeshadow, put on a lipstick and just kind of enjoy my day. But not enjoy my day, but just get on with my day basically, which is what I meant. I kind of feel like, if I don't just want to put on makeup for my videos, I'll put them on just kind of like as a satisfactory, like for my own well-being, because obviously before, when I used to wear makeup, sorry, something happened to my camera, sorry. When I was used to obviously go out to work a lot, I would put on makeup every time I'd go out, but now that I obviously don't go out, my makeup just sits there, and now I'm using all my palettes and I'm you know, using some of my lipsticks that get neglected. So it's a nice feeling to always constantly be just wearing makeup, not just for the camera, because then like 10 minutes later I'll just be taking it off and then that's it for the day. But yeah, so I'm just going in with this shade still, and you can see just how pigmented it is. It's gorgeous. And I've said so many times, they've got so many different palettes. One of my favourite ones is their Fiery palette. They've got a Fiery 2.0 actually, which I'm really intrigued about. I might have to purchase next time they have a sale for that product, because they have a sale on at the moment, like I mentioned, but not for that palette because it's still quite new. What should we go in with next? I might go in with the black, just to darken up just a tad. Like we're not going full goth today, maybe soon, but I'm just gonna add a bit to the corner just so it blends out a bit. You can't really see. It's so frustrating, like with my phone. I'm just, you know, the quality is good, but it's not like amazing. It's because I don't have like a decent laptop to like edit all my videos, and of course a camera is pretty expensive. So one day if I get a bonus or I win the lottery, I'll treat myself to all this equipment. And okay, so that black is just darkened up just a tad bit, nothing too crazy. And then now let's go in to a shimmer, because there's a gorgeous purple shimmer here called Amethyst. So just taking one of my blushes again, and we're just gonna tap here. It's gonna blend it in because it's a nice light purple. Okay. All the other palettes that I mentioned, again, I do love them as well. Of course, Revolution, amazing collection, I've started to appreciate a lot more. And then Colourpop, Colourpop is they're one of my addictions, even though it's so expensive to kind of bring it to the UK, because again, I mean, not with customs and stuff, that's included, but it's just to get a decent shipping, like free shipping, you have to spend $60, and yeah, it's just a pain. I mean, if you've ordered from Colourpop, you know how I feel in that aspect. But you know, they still do amazing, beautiful products. So I might do something on my lower lash line. I don't know. No, because it's going to go a bit too crazy. So let's go on to mascara, and I'm going to just use the Essence Lash Princess. Like, this is, to be honest, the cheapest mascara that I own. I think they're around £2.50 that you can get from Wilkinson's. They have a big selection of mascaras, and this one I've had for ages, but it's still going, like, it's still going strong, and yeah, it's nice, it's decent. And they have, I believe this is a waterproof one, and then the orange one is not waterproof because I've tested it before, and yeah, it's not waterproof, that one. So this one is definitely much better, and this one is the one that just everyone raves about, so I highly recommend using this one. Okay, amazing. So we're going to go on to the lips last of all now, of course. And I am starting to kind of get into lip liners a lot recently. So this one that I recommend by Wet n Wild is pretty good. It's freaking massive, but it costs £2. And then you've got one from MUA, which again is like £1.50. So I'm going to be using this one to kind of line my lips because I'm going for a bit of a purple look today. And then I've got a selection of lips. So we've got MUA, which again I mentioned before, the MUA Velvet Matte Lipstick is one of my favourite formulas ever. And then they have like a satin one, which I like, but it's a lot more glidey, it's a bit more wet. It's nice, it's not my favourite, but that one is like £1.50. I think this is like £3. And then you have Elf, which is £3 as well. This one is amazing. This is in the shade Sugar Plum. And then we have a liquid lipstick by Revolution. I think this is either £5 and I think at the moment they might be £3 as well. So I am going to be using Sugar Plum today, and I'm going to be using the MUA lip liner, so I'm going to do that off camera and I'll be back. Perfect. So yeah, as you can see, purple lips. The lip liner was actually red, so I've had to obviously kind of go over it just a little bit. But yeah, this is my full face of makeup using products that will not break your bank, and you know, I like it. I love this look. It's a look that I'll be wearing for most of the day because I'm just gonna be sitting at home watching TV. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what your favorite like cheap makeup is, your favorite brands. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe because I film and upload every time I get a chance to. Don't forget to follow me on my social media because I'm always on there. And yeah, I hope you're doing well, you're healthy, happy and safe. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.